Peace, family. Welcome back to the Campaign TV show. I am your host, brother King Cam, and I got a special show lined up for you today, man. I got a special guest, man, hailing straight out of Atlanta, Georgia. We're gonna get into the hip hop industry. We're gonna talk about entrepreneurship. We're gonna talk about so much, man, because this brother has given so much to the game and to the community. But first, let's go ahead and drop this intro video.
Any leadership that teaches you to depend upon another race is a leadership that will enslave you. Any leadership that teaches you to depend upon another race is a leadership that will enslave you. They gave leadership to our foreparents, and that leadership made them slaves. But we have decided to find a leadership of our own.
Not your average nigga, I'm a god out the hood. They can't downplay me. I came up, I'm elevated. I ain't gotta say too much for them to know I'm coming for what's mine. You know they see me in my presence, say they see how I'm coming. Young, but you not just gonna finesse me like you did my peoples. Them back when you said they was emancipated. This ain't that. Your head too big, you feeling yourself. The game wasn't fair, you had the advantage, we wasn't educated. I don't look at you people the same. Nah. Your worst nightmare, my skin tone about them chains. Yeah. Not no circus lion, son, I can't be tamed. You gon' have to kill me, pussy, Toby ain't my name. Y'all still wanna think our history started when we were slaves? What? Come on now, talk about them pyramids we made. I'm chosen by that man, you know y'all just been running game. The nerve of you acting like I ain't.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome back, family. Welcome to the Campaign TV show. Again, I am your host, brother King Cam. And what I need everybody to do for my Facebook family, I need you to share. I need you to comment. Get in the comment section. Let's get interactive. Let's engage, family, so that we can push this up, so we can get as many views on this as possible. And then for my YouTube family, I need you to like, share, and subscribe so that we can make sure that we get new followers each and every time we drop a video on the podcast. So welcome back. I'm here with a really dope brother, man, that's been putting in work in the community, as well as an entrepreneur. My brother is a producer. He is an entrepreneur. He's a podcast host, man. And I'm speaking of none other than my brother, Drumma Boy Fresh. Please give my brother a round of applause. Internet round of applause, family. Let's make sure that we tapping in with my brother. Absolutely. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So look, first of all, brother, I want to say thank you for you to share some of your time with us today, just to talk about your entrepreneurship journey and everything, and all of the things that you have contributed to the hip hop game and to the hip hop industry. Anybody that knows my background, that's how I got into media first, through music. And that's something that's very near and dear to my heart. So I appreciate everything that you done contributed to the game, black man. And I just want you to introduce yourself to the people, brother, and let them know who you are.
Man, Drumma Boy, straight out of Memphis, born and raised, producer, global producer, multi-genre capabilities, came up under, the orchestra, the opera, the church, the streets, and just touch people in many different ways through music, through the universal language. Produce records like No Hands, Waka, I Put On for My City, Jeezy, Look at My Dad, Migos, Ride Around, I'm Getting It, 2 Chains. The list go on and on and on. Money to Blow, Drake. Definitely.
Wow. So my brother didn't even wait. He didn't let me ask about the records, boy. He went straight into all them #1 joints. Man, you mentioned so many memorable club records that a lot of people know, and they still playing in the club to this day. You know what I'm saying? Like No Hands. You talking about I Put On for My City, Jeezy. Like people still banging them records to this day. But let's talk about your beginnings. You said you from Memphis, Tennessee. And how did you first get introduced to music? I know you said through the church, but how did you end up in the hip hop game as a producer?
Big bro, Insane Wayne, R.I.P. I had an older brother who was making beats. We like 14 years apart. So, I was like the little kid, just, always watching him in the studio, going to different studios and whatnot. And I was actually, sweeping hair. He was a barber as well. So he cut hair for the DJ Paul and Juicy J and, 8 Ball and MJG and his clientele was crazy. So just being able to sweep and be around these people and kind of just soak up game and whatnot, soak up knowledge. And I remember a couple times I call him over the phone and play some of the beats that I make, and he'll put the speaker on the intercom system so the whole barbershop can hear the beats, and they'll be in there like, damn, that little bro right there, like, you know what I'm saying? So, man, definitely shout out, bro. I think that was like a key ingredient to, you know what I'm saying, me being involved in the hip hop game.
Absolutely. Yes, sir. Absolutely, man. So I know you have the beats, but also coming out of Memphis, Tennessee. Talk about the entrepreneurship and just the lane, and how was it actually being able just to come out of Memphis, Tennessee, as a producer and as an entrepreneur.
I mean, coming out of Memphis, I was in college at the time, you know what I mean? So it was hard for me because I was really supposed to be involved in school, you know what I mean? And I made it freshman in my sophomore year, but that junior year is like, you know, a little bit more difficult just because, okay, I'm in the process of having one of the biggest strip club anthems out with Pastor Troy.
Okay.
And I also had, you know, I'm walking into Boys in the Hood. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, and Jeezy was on fire.
Right.
So it's like at some point
you got to choose.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got to choose.
I actually got kicked out of school for non-attendance because I was, you know, skipping too many classes and whatnot. So now I got to sit out for 6 months, and I have that freedom that I feel like I really needed. And, you know, probably within the 4th month of that 6-month period, my parents found out. They ain't even know. You know what I mean? But by that 4th month, I was the drummer boy I needed to be able to show them, like, number one, the paper trail, the credits, the history, as well as, you know, this is what I was doing with my time. Like, my pop was always concerned about where's your time being spent. So once he was able to see that, you know what I mean, it was, you know, it was a little cooler. And then we made a little bet, you know what I'm saying? He bet me, like, you know, you big bad wolf, you want to be who you say you are and this and that, man. Show me 150,000 in the bank. Show me 100,000 in the bank.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I'm like, man, I pull out 10,000 cash on the table. Like, man, Pop, you got me fucked up, man. I'm drunk. I've done this, I've done that. I'm this, I'm that. Like, man, I'm huge in the streets. I'm huge in the streets. He would always say, man, what the streets gonna do for you? I said, they gonna listen to me, Pop. He's like, man, I got an answer for everything. Like, man, they gonna listen to me, man. That's who hear the music. That's what make the buzz go. You ain't got the streets, you ain't got no buzz. So, that's, you know, I took it from that and kind of just went to work. Like, that 6-month period allowed me to be around Jeezy and have those relationships with Jody Breeze to where, you know, I'm able to put out, you know what I'm saying, some of my greatest music and get that first platinum plaque on the wall. And once I showed my dad that 150 in the bank, he just, we had like the greatest relationship. You know what I'm saying? We became best friends after that. I remember showing him my bank statement. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And he was like, okay, my son actually, you know what I'm saying, is making the best use out of his time.
Yep. Hell
yes,
yeah.
Sir. Yeah, man, that's dope, man. That's dope. So you was able to, so from being in the barbershop with your older brother, is how you was able to make those connections with Boys in the Hood, with 8-Ball MJG, and just a lot of the people that was already in the industry, because you got a lot of brothers, you know, big rappers and artists that come out of Memphis, Tennessee, like 8-Ball MJG, some of the new.
Like I met Tila through my brother. Like, Boys in the Hood and all of that just came from me going back and forth to Atlanta.
Okay.
You know, and you know what I'm saying, Jazzy Faye and Show Nuff, and my brother took me to Show Nuff for the first time. I ended up meeting my manager, Squeak. You know what I'm saying? So it was just, you know, the Show Nuff Jazzy Faye connection, you know what I mean, as far as Atlanta. But in Memphis, like, you know what I mean, through my brother, I'm right there with Tila. I'm right there with 3-6 Mafia. You know what I mean? I'm right there with you know, 2 Chainz. You know what I'm saying? Right, so it was just like a whole different, you know what I mean, vibe for real.
Yes, sir. So what inspired the move to come to Atlanta? You know, to leave out of Memphis and to go to Atlanta? You mentioned you was back and forth. You had the connection with Jazzy Faye.
They was calling it, you know, Pastor Troy called me like, man, if I rap on another one of your beats, I did some songs for some guys in Chicago. He ended up rapping on one of the beats. I do some beats for some guys in North Carolina. Pastor Troy ended up rapping on one of the beats. So I did some more beats for guys in Florida. Pastor Troy ended up rapping on one of them beats. So he's like, man, dog, who is this cat Drumma Boy? Like, I gotta find out who he is. You know what I'm saying? And he ended up calling me. He got my number from one of the guys that I dealt with.
Mm-hmm.
Called me like, man, where you at? I had just done a song for 8Ball and MJG called Gray Goose. Give me that gray goose and put that yak back.
Yeah.
And put that yak back. So we had just did that song. Pastor Troy called me. I go out there, do a song for him called Make Them Get That Money Right. Make Them Get That Money Right.
Okay.
Big strip club anthem. You know what I mean? So between that and going into Boys in the Hood, going into Jeezy with Standing Ovation, I think, you know what I'm saying? That's what like solidified me, you know what I'm saying, in the street. And then after that came the singles. We came with White Girl, we came with Shawty, we came with I'ma Do Me. You know what I mean? Bruh. We came with I'ma Do Me, Money to Blow. And
yeah.
Just like a whole
bro. Okay, so like the amplification or the magnification of the artist and the songs, not necessarily the artist, but the songs that you talking about you produce are, like I mentioned, some of the like greatest of all time records that can ever be played when you talk about trap, you know, and you call yourself the Trap Founder. So, you know, you relocated to Atlanta in 2004. And when you relocated here, you had already built up the buzz with a lot of Atlanta artists, producers, and just being connected in Atlanta. Could you talk about this is for up and coming artists? Can you talk about the importance of building your buzz up in your city first? Because you had built your name up in Memphis first, then people heard about it in Atlanta. So can you talk about the importance and how you can actually do that? Because a lot of artists don't really know how to do it.
A lot of the Atlanta artists, you know, was listening to Memphis. You know what I mean? Memphis is like
okay.
Motivation for a lot of the, you know, even the motivation for Crunk. Like I heard John say out his mouth, like, man, that Crunk came from Memphis. Like the Crunk, you know, just seeing DJ Paul, 3-6 Mafia, and we was getting buck and tearing the club up and locking niggas in the trunk.
Yeah.
I mean, so it was bass lines and whatnot, you know what I mean? And we the young crew come with the 808s and you know what I mean, kind of painting a different picture. One of my first big songs that took off in the streets with them horns and that 808 was When You See Me Shout It, Pop Your Collar, then you holler, that's what's up. What up? Hey, what up, Mom? You know what I mean?
That was one of them club joints right there. I was a certified you get knocked out record.
Oh yeah. I just posted a video.
You get knocked out record.
I just posted a video. This 15 years later, and I showed footage of in the club with Curtis Givens. You know what I'm saying? DJ Infamous, Kenny Burns. It was a whole weekend, but just showing you the footage of today's youth reciting that song word for word,
bro.
You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. This 15-year-old got it. You know what I'm saying? So it was definitely a pleasure being able to come up with Yo Gotti, you know what I mean, and build that sound with him. I'm on the Life album. And we, you know what I'm saying? Even Shawty, a guy white, Shawty, cheap price, Shawty. You know what I mean? Like it was just so many songs that
Gotti records,
you know, took us through there and helped us understand radio and the importance of, you know, people reciting your music word for word, you know what I mean? That attracted the likes of Player Fly and the Gangsta Booze and the 3-6 Mafia, DJ Paul, you know, even Tila and Scarface, Bun B. When I got to Atlanta, first thing Jeezy said to me was, boy, that shit you and Gotti on, crazy. He was a fan of the 808s and the horns.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, you know, even on Boys in the Hood, I did a song called Trap Niggas. 808s and horns. Standing ovation, 808s and horns.
808s and horns.
You know what I mean? So that was my trap triumphant. We gonna make it out. We can believe and achieve every goal that we gonna set forth. You know what I'm saying? And that was the vision with Gotti, with Jeezy and Gucci, as well as T.I. 808s and horns just was, you know, Toon was holding it down in Atlanta.
Yeah, it was hitting it was hitting, bro, especially doing that run, bro, because for those of us who just checking in, it's your brother King Cam. And I'm sitting here chopping it up with my brother Drummer Boy Fresh, and one of the hottest producers in Atlanta, man, hailing out of Memphis, Tennessee, family, and we just discussing this particular time and how the music has transcended itself from that time to now, where you got the youth still reciting songs from 10 15 years ago, that this brother was behind producing, where you talk about Standing Ovation, you talk about Put On, you talk about so many of these anthem type records with the 808s and the horns that you mentioned. And for me, when you hear those type of records, it made you feel proud to be, in that moment, or proud to rep your city, or proud to stand up. It was like them horns gave it like a almost like a intro, almost like a king coming in introducing himself, like, this is who I am, and this is, you know what I mean, like, I'm introducing myself, I'm making myself known on the scene. So that's kind of the nostalgia and the feeling that I got behind listening to a lot of those records. And I think that played a part in being able to get people to recite that music, because it stayed in the mind, where it was like, yo, this my record right here. So those are some really good some powerful records right there, bro. And again, bro, just you being able to impact, and be able to keep it going. So talk about how you've been able to continue that same trend moving forward.
For me, it's just about the energy, man. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't having fun with it, if you ain't, you could lead a club and be inspired by something, or what I mean, I get inspired by the way people move. You know what I mean? And you know what I'm saying? It's crazy. I love sports. So and I love boxing. So, just even listening to the approach of, you know what I mean? Even karate. Somebody put a clip in this league that we're in, and it showed what's the black man's name who beat Bruce Lee? They talking about beat him in the feet.
Oh my gosh, I know exactly who you're talking about. I can't think of his name off the top of my head. The only dude that
The
beat
only
Bruce
dude
Lee,
who
bro.
beat Bruce Lee, and it
Yep.
wasn't a real fight. I thought I was gonna see Bruce Lee and this man actually fight and all of that. Different strategy of what they were talking about, beating each other in the speed.
Yeah.
And the way he broke down how he watched people, if he saw the eyebrow kind of go to the left, he knew he was gonna go to the left. Or if he saw the right eyebrow go to the right, he knew the guy was gonna go to the right. Victor Moore is the guy. And how he broke down, if you could see somebody, even lean to the left first, but then they really gonna go right, or they lean to the right first, really gonna go left. And just how he studied what the person was gonna do. He knew where you was gonna go before you went there.
Absolutely. And you notice that a lot in sports. They used to teach us that in sports, right? Because running backs would sort of lean towards the hole that they was going to hit. So if that play was to hit a certain hole, was going to the right or to the left, then certain running backs would kind of lean in that direction, or favor that power leg in that direction, or something like that. Like you said, the body movement would kind of give away which way they was really going. And it talked about being able to really watch your opponent and study and being observant. You're talking about being observant. So for you,
So
being
you
able,
in the club,
yeah, exactly.
being observant with the people, like, okay, I see these type of songs. People they be cool, they be moving, but they don't just be really like going crazy. It just be like some real smooth, you know what I'm saying? So you see the temperature of that sound or the element, and then you'll see what songs make them go, and it ain't even no
that
words.
bounce.
It might not have been even no words that have been said yet.
Yeah.
But it's the music, you know what I mean? So it's really the somatics of the breakdown of water, how much water's in the body, the frequencies that are hitting that body that makes you move. It's not about the words all the time.
You
know
talking
what I mean?
about being a scientist. My brother is a scientist. Drummer Boy is a scientist when it comes to the music, family.
Oh yeah. So that's one
Scientist in the lab.
And then the words and the crowd participation and whatnot is just like your cup overrunneth at that point. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
So Yeah, so talk about the really the proliferation of making a lot of those a lot of those bassy songs, because you have a lot of other producers that also do the same thing, really using those 808s and using that bass, because I remember at that time, that was back in like '07, '08. You know what I mean? That standing ovation, I believe, was out. A lot of that Jeezy was out. You know what I mean? And I had two 12s. I had two 12s in the trunk, boy. And when that Jeezy hit, that joint was like boom, boom. Like, you know what I mean? Like, people can hear that coming down the block, bro. So just talk about how that has influenced other producers, in their music.
I mean, I get love from 808 Mafia, Mike Will,
Yeah.
Metro Boomin, Murder Beats, you know what I'm saying, Mustard,
Yeah.
every guy, every one of these guys that I've seen, you know what I mean, Sonny Digital, you know what I'm saying. Every time I
Yeah.
see, like, bro, you the GOAT, bro. Like, we couldn't have done this shit without you, bro. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
man.
So it's definitely always love. Tate Keith, you know what I'm saying. All of the guys, you know what I'm saying, just show love. So it's a blessing. And that's what I come from.
Yes,
It's
sir.
like a church. When we get
Yeah.
into church, everybody show their talents.
Yes, sir.
And we're all awed by one another's talents. You know what I
That's
mean?
a
So
good
we
perspective.
never leave that and never go from that. You know what I'm saying? We know we are gifts of God. You know what I mean? We all have talents, and we help others bring those talents out that feel shy and feel, in the cage
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
wondering how to, they might not have the business sense. They have all the talent in the world, but just don't know the business or the right road to take. So, you know,
Yes,
it's
sir.
all about giving and pouring back into that same cup that you drank from.
Right there, family. That's what I'm talking about right there, man. You talking about giving back and pouring back into individuals, the up and coming talent. You know what I mean? Like you said, you set the tone, bro. So it would have been a lot of, it wouldn't have been a lot of producers if you hadn't come out and set that tone. But you segue beautifully into the business aspect of it, because you had your own, or still have your own, entertainment company, and it was called Drum Squad, which was an independent umbrella entertainment company. So talk about the power of independency and being independent, especially as a producer in the hip hop game.
I mean, it just comes down to being able to source your own whatever it is that you have, your own product. So in my case, that was beats.
Right.
And at one particular time, we were putting them on tape, we put them on CD. Okay, people start getting hip to what you got, and they want more of it.
Yeah.
So how do you produce that? How do you stay on track with just inventory? You know what I mean? And for me, it was making beats every day. But I looked at the things that I would pay for, like, okay, my expenses would be studio time. I got to go to a studio. I got to track out the beat. I got to pay the engineer, things of that nature. You know what I mean? The gas and the time that I'm going to these studios and booking these places. And I would look at the bills that I'm spending, like, dog, it's 1,100 a day or 800 a day or whatever. So why not buy a Pro Tools rig?
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, that was one of the first things that I got. Was a little inbox and a laptop. And I remember tracking out the beat for Off in This Game and Make Them Get Their Money Right for Pastor Troy. Pastor Troy gave me $8,000 cash for 2 beats. You know what I'm saying? I do those 2 songs for the DSGB album, 8 bands. All I had to pay for was a whole Motel 6,
Wow.
$37.
Yeah. So you
You know what
kept
I'm
a
saying?
lot of that.
And
Yeah.
I was
You kept
able to
about
turn in my
70,
files
70.
I was able to turn in my files on a USB, you know what I mean, to pass it.
Yeah.
And he did them 2 songs, as opposed to me having to go book a studio or use his studio,
Right.
you know what I mean? And now it might not be no money, but it's just extra time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I had the system that allowed me to, like, produce and track out and deliver everything that I needed to do in-house. And that was always like my main goal. Even when I moved to Atlanta, we had our own studio in the house. I've
In the
always been
house.
a home in the house producer. So I don't have all of those over, expenses and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? And it was when I did be in patchwork or when I was in Doppler or whatever, I was booked.
Okay.
I'm on the label dollar.
Okay. Okay. So now talk about the label affiliation that you do have. Are you still on the label now, or how is that situation set up?
I never been on a label. It's all about work for hires. You know what I mean? So we do
Like
business
contract work, basically.
work for hires. Yeah, you know what I
Okay.
mean? I do this beat for this amount of money for this particular artist. These are my royalties, my residuals, my back end, blah blah blah. Our attorneys talk to each other, blah blah blah. This is how my credit's gonna read, bam, bam, boom. So
Hmm.
that's the power of being independent, being able to go over here to Interscope, being able to go over here to Atlantic. You know what I mean? I can go over here Def Jam. What we got? Okay, Jeezy, we got Rick Ross. Okay, let's do Here I Am. Let's
Mm.
Face with Trina. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. Yeah.
whatever I want to do, I can do it. Okay, bam, Gucci. Okay, bet. Moneybag Yo. Okay, bet. Dolph. Okay, bet. What we need? Okay, Jeezy,
Man.
Gucci. Okay, bet. Tip. When he get out, I can go see and do where
Whatever.
I need to do.
Okay.
And
So
so
let me go ahead. Go ahead.
it just it showed me the more importance of relationship. You know what I mean? I have relationships with the A&Rs, with the executives, with the managers, with the producers, with the street team, with the DJs, with I got a relationship with everybody. I'm cool with the janitors. I'm cool with the strippers. I'm cool with, you know what I mean? Because we
Yeah.
all got a gift. We all
Right.
got a story. You know what I mean? You talk to the
Yeah,
crackhead and be like, damn, dog, that was a good story.
bro. Yo,
You know
so
what I mean?
talk
Like you
about,
never
yeah.
know.
I was just speaking on this. I was just speaking on this the other day. And I mean literally like yesterday, not even the other day. Yesterday I talked about the power of relationships and why that's so much more important and so much more of value than any amount of money that you can have. If you can understand the power of authentic relationships with people, then that's what's going to allow you to become successful, scale your business, and be able to get in the doors that money is not going to be able to get into. Because more often than not, people don't care about how much money you have. They really care about how genuine you are. You know what I'm saying? The heart of the person, and if you are really here to learn, if you really here to perform and really do what it is that you say that you do, versus you just trying to pay your way in, and things of that nature. So you just really, man, solidify, confirm that again with talking about the relationships and how you really care about all the relationships you have, from the artist to the janitor to the homies that's hanging outside the studio. Like, we got good relationships because that's what's really important in business.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And
Yes,
people
sir.
call on you when you can deliver. It always reminds me of a movie called Gone in 60 Seconds.
Yes, sir.
You know what
Love
I'm
that
saying?
movie. Yeah.
And you somewhere chilling, you know what I'm saying? You doing your thing, you living your life, or you just might have took a year off, relaxing, whatever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then there's always that one phone call that drag you back in, like, bro, you the only one who can get this job done. But you only get them type of phone calls when you that nigga.
Right. 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 Right.
You know what
That's
I
a
mean?
fact.
When you
That's
really
a fact.
have what it takes, and it's like, man, bro, sometimes it's good for you to, 2-3 years, man, let the industry do what it do. So people can really miss you and feel the
Mm.
absence of you. You know what I mean? Like, man,
Absence make the heart grow fonder.
you know what I mean? Like,
Yes,
man,
sir.
dog, okay. And then they appreciate you that much more when you back on them on the scene.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. That right there is powerful, family. And if you just tuning in to the Campaign TV show, I'm your host, Brother King Cameron. I'm here with my brother, Drummer Boy Fresh, man, legendary producer in the hip hop industry, family, entrepreneur, and man, we really discussing his entrepreneur journey. A lot of the hit legendary records that he done produced that transcended, over decades. So if you in the Facebook family, man, make sure that you are commenting, engaging in the comment section, family. Share this out to as many people as possible. YouTube, I need you to like, share, subscribe, hit that bell so you can stay notified every time we drop a video. So, uh, Drummer, talk about being able to build that value that would allow you to be independent. Because a lot of artists or a lot of producers or artists don't really understand how to build that value or that impact so that they can start to get them phone calls or they can start to do that work for hire, especially in the social media age, because you was doing it before social media really took off like that. You know what I mean? So when
It,
you talking about the music game, how could they utilize that bringing value to themselves?
it all comes back to the relationships. You know what I mean? And the people that you know, because if you can't pick up the phone and make something happen, you have no value. You could people think about value and think about how much cash I got. $200. I could have $2 in my pocket, but the people I'm gonna call and the things that I can make happen, like yo, I need you to do this. Yo, I'm gonna be in this city at this time. Da 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 da. Woo woo woo. And then bam.
Right,
You know,
right.
and all of these things are generating hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So it's or just learning how to make somebody else some money. It ain't all about you. Like, damn, okay, I can plug this person with this person. Man, they get together, they make $2 million. You know what I mean? And your involvement with that and just the no-so of having that relationship and that connection, as well as some respect. Because people don't respect you, you might get overlooked.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Or you might, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You run into some situations or whatnot. So, you know what I'm saying? It's a combination of things, your character, your manhood, your deliverables is what the label call them. Can you deliver? We need you to do this. And it's about getting it done.
Right.
You know
Right. Absolutely.
I think, you know what I'm saying, the discipline, along with, you know, the drive, the determination, is going to be a lot of doors that get closed, and you got to learn how to go through the window. You're going to have to learn how to, you know, get on top of the roof some type of way. You know what I'm saying? We're going to go in through the back way. We're going to be strategic on our plan and our interests. If we got to wait till the nighttime to do it, okay, bet. You know what I'm saying? If I got to wait outside a club or a hotel just to meet Jay-Z, man, bet.
Talk about that consistency. Right.
And those are the things that was like, okay, I can't get to the label, or I might not be able to go on the label and get that respect that I need. So my approach was going directly to the artist. You know what I'm saying? I remember 16, 17 years old, you know, meeting Memphis Bleak for the first time, but that was how I got to Jay. That was how I got to Beanie Siegel. That was how I got to, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Else on the roster.
Yes,
you know?
sir.
So it's like, okay, don't always go after the head snake, man. Go after the manager. I'm going after the driver. I'm going after the barber. Right. I'm going after any person I can to get my way in and say, hey, man, I got this music for y'all. I know it'll fit y'all great. Let's make it happen, man. And they take that one listen. Or they say, man, leave us a CD or something. And then they end up calling you back. You know what I mean? So it's never taking no for an answer, and always, you know, feeling like I got what you need and I can make something better.
Wow, that's one of the strategies that I use when it comes to building business relationships and really just going after anything that I wanted to do. And in particular, when it came to management and artist management, promotion, and things like that, because where I'm from in Richmond, Virginia, you don't have a lot of the promoters and DJs that's really trying to put the local artists on. So what I found out was that, you know, not taking no for an answer and really making your presence known, like you said, just tapping into whoever you could. If you're not able to get in contact with this person, who they know that I could get in contact with, who might can lead back to them. So it's really, you know, about staying consistent. And then there's a strategy that they use in social media, and I think it's called like 3 degrees of separation. Easy 3 or 6 degrees of separation. But basically the concept of it is you're like 3 people away from the person you're trying to get in contact with. So if I'm not able to reach that head person like you mentioned, I'm gonna go for the manager. I'm gonna go for their, for their stylist. I'm gonna go for, what I'm saying, their, their person that's helping them with their fitness and their workout or something like that. And when you build that relationship, make that connection, because it may be easier for you, then they'll go back and eventually get to the person who you was ultimately aiming for in the beginning. So you really got to be creative. You really have to not take no for an answer, and you have to, be really ready to sacrifice and do what it is that you got to do to be successful. So,
yeah, like one thing I took from just, thankfully, I've been to a lot of different high schools. I was, like high school hopping and whatnot.
Oh.
And, I feel like the high school thing is just like the cities. You know what I mean? Once you can kind of, okay, go over here, make this spot hot. Okay, I can go over here, make this spot hot. Everywhere I go, it's popping. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It starts to make, you know what I mean? The last place you just left a little like, damn, where you, what? You know what I'm saying? You a little bit intrigued on like what you got going on. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like making it like as soon as I got popping in Atlanta, okay, Memphis, like, damn, Drum, what's up, man? You a little Jay. Hey, man, damn, I ain't got that. I'm saying? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So you gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's man, same thing with anything, bro. Just making that the last thing you left a little J.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely. So look, talk about that '08, that '09, and that 2010 where you was on Rolling Stone, Vibe magazine, New York Times, bro. One of the hottest producers in the game, top 5 producers making noise in the hip hop industry, bro. Talk about that time and what your mindset was during those years.
Man, it was really just, man, I'm trying to get in the game. Like, it's you hear about all those things and you hear people saying this and that, but like for me, it was like, bro, I don't see it, I don't feel it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It's just like,
Uh-huh.
man, that's light. I always felt like, man, that's light, that's cool. That's, you know what I mean? I ain't got no Grammy. I always say that I ain't got no Grammy, I ain't got this. But you know, my mom ain't straight, my pop ain't all the way. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
My you know what I'm saying? Everybody around me need to be, man, milled the fuck up. Excuse
Right.
my,
Yeah.
like, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, so until then, like until I see that, bro, I ain't we working.
We working. Right.
You know what I mean? So I'll top 5, top 1 number. I could be 200, I could be 2,000, I could be your last producer you ever think about. Like I'm still doing what I love to do, and I'm gonna be happy and enjoy life and be of the spirit. And you know what I mean? This is
Yes,
a
sir.
platform to go into so many different other worlds of life. You know what I mean? And when you really understand life, you know what I mean, and how bigger it is than just social media or just music or accolades, or just because this one person says that I'm this, does that mean how credible does that is that mouthpiece?
Mm.
Where
You
that's
teach.
coming from, how credible is where that's coming from. So I ain't really get caught up in all of that. Anybody can make a trophy, anybody can make a piece of gold. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I would always look at it like, man, how do you feel?
Right.
You know what I mean? And looking at the difference in value and then looking at wealth
Yeah.
is a big difference. You know what I mean? So
That's a
okay,
fact.
I see this world of people living like this. I want that. I want the 98% of the value of the world.
Yes, sir.
I want what we can't get. I want, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want what's over this hill that you keep hiding, that you keep trying to, all these different messages and media
Mm-hmm.
to hold us back from. I want some of that. You
Yes,
know what I
sir.
mean? So yeah, we
Yes,
got
sir.
a lot of work to do. Seeing my young bloods and young brothers and sisters and all these people killing and just what's going on in the world is like, nah, you can't, it ain't no way you can just be rich and sit back and be like, okay, I made it. I'm chilling. I'm good now. Like, it's,
Mm.
we got a lot of change to do. You know what I'm saying? And we got a lot of change to make.
Wow. Wow, man, and man, we really appreciate that because it's coming from a place of real genuine emotion and really authentic, um, you know, really authentic felt emotion because for one, in order to create the type of beats that you create, you know what I'm saying, it gotta come from here. It gotta come from the heart. And then for you to be able to sit back with all the success that you had, with all of the different accolades, for you to say, man, I still see my people, this world in the condition that it's in, we got so much more work to do because I may be straight, my family may be straight, but the community that I come from and my people not straight. So that means we still got more and more work to do. So man. So shout out to you, brother, Drumma Boy, for just what I'm saying, acknowledging the fact because we got a lot of work to do. It's a lot on our plate, and we need a whole lot more hands to help. Everybody can bring whatever it is their gift and talent is to the table to help change the condition of the world and our people, brother.
Yeah,
So
it all starts with the way of thinking, just to put the icing on the cake, you know what I mean, on that subject. Like, people think we gotta go to war and do
right,
all these things, like, man, it's gonna be a racial war, it's gonna be this and it's gonna be that. Like, bro, it's just a way of thinking. And
it's
it's
a
just
mindset,
it's a level of fucking respect.
right?
This shit is
Yes, sir.
equal whether you like it or not, man.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever's listening, man, I love all worlds,
Mm-hmm.
and we are all equal. You know what I mean? As long as you can look yourself in the mirror and love and appreciate who you are, man, I'm happy with you. I whatever you are, we cool.
We
You
good. We good.
know what I'm saying? I get money with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I have
Mm-hmm.
fun with pretty much everybody.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So hey, man,
Yeah, bro. Nah, I feel you. I feel you. I feel you.
it's the
So
way of thinking.
it's the mindset, family. It's the mindset. And again, we'll continue to talk about it here on the Campaign TV show. You'll continue to hear about it and read about it. It's the mindset. You have the ability to change your condition. You have the ability to offer something to the world, but you have to change the mind. That's the first thing, because that's how the physical and your actions is going to change, is when you first change the mindset. So we really have to be focused on that and being able to get rid of some of the clutter and the trauma that's happening in the mental, family, because that is where a lot of the buildup is at. That's where a lot of the buildup is at. So now, as you have been able to attain so much, I know you got a new podcast out right now. What are some other things that you have in the mix, and what are some different things that you're doing as far as the community is concerned?
Man, we just left Jeezy working on movie score. I'm getting more into the scoring of film, and painting a picture of visually what I feel on the inside. You know what I mean? So the movie world is definitely just calling me for some reason. Like it's just like, I almost want to be a movie producer or something next. Like, you know
Right.
what I'm saying? Like, bro, it's so many different stories that aren't being told. It's so many things that aren't really being touched on that I think is necessary. You know what I mean? So I'm in that world right now. Things with the community. We've been doing some things with Local Green Atlanta, Greenwood, the bank, Black
Yes,
Bank.
sir. Mm.
They're doing some huge things. So we campaigning with them. We're doing some things with Fan Base, which is a new app.
Yep. Okay.
Isaac Hayes the third, Ike Boogie. But just bringing the emotion of music back.
Right.
You know what I mean? Not saying that there isn't, that there. If I had to say, my favorite two artists right now would be Bruno and Anderson Pop.
Oh, okay. 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 Okay.
Just those are the two individuals, the what they doing with live music, the bands, and the message. Most
Yeah.
importantly, like, the music is good. I hear a lot of good music for the most part. The message is more
Mm.
so, what I think could be upgraded. And if that's, we want to see our kings and queens, you know what I mean? For all of the people, the fathers out there, the mothers out there, I know you want to see your kids become queens and kings, and to the young princes and princesses out there watching, man, like the world is yours, and anything that you want to do, you put the work in and make the sacrifice, and put in the discipline behind it, that it could be executed and achieved.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And that point right there, bro, where you talk about the message in the music, it's very important that the artists, and a lot more artists are becoming conscious of it now and aware of it now, but they have so much sway over the culture. They have so much power over the youth, and the way that culture moves is based a lot in hip hop music. And when we take back control of the message of the music, you'll start to see the community and the people start to change their ways, because the music will start to dictate that. So the artist, being, and you being, one of the OGs, being able to let them know, like, bro, you got to tap in and focus on that message. The music is good, the beats is good, but the message is even more important, because that's what's programming the people. That's what's pushing the culture forward. So I appreciate you just highlighting the fact that the message is definitely necessary in the music, man. And shout out to Bruno Mars. The live band game is so, is such a gem when you talk about real music aficionados, people that really study music and are really just fans of it. The live instruments, the bass, the drums, the brass, all of those different things, man, and really sometimes have been taken away because of the electronics. But man, really being able to tap into those, bro, is something that's crazy. So, what are some new projects that you got coming down the way? I know you said you was working with Jeezy. You got some movies, and that was another thing. I'm so glad that you jumping into the movie production lane as well, you know, and producing films and really telling those stories. Because to be honest with you, we tell the best stories, man. We got the best stories, drummer. Like, we have the best stories, and I don't think our true narratives are ever really portrayed the way that they should be, coming from the most authentic place, from like the people that was actually there, the people that actually went through it, or people that can relate because they've been in similar situations with similar types of people.
Yeah, you know, because it's always like, you know, especially when you reenact certain things, the people who were there, they always got something to say.
Always,
And
always.
those are the people that I was like, okay, I'm gonna have them on set working with me.
Yeah, got
So
to. You
it'll
got
be
to.
it'll be that one little thing on the bed set. They'll be like, oh no, that wouldn't be there.
Yeah, yeah.
Or
Like,
it'll be something in the studio that'd be like, okay, now you trying to reenact that tape, but y'all ain't got no dat machines. You know what I mean? Or the certain way that the machine was set, the machine would never sit like that. It would be off the wall.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Or you know what I mean? It's like, man, just certain little intricate details.
details, minute details. Yeah,
And those are the best films when it's flawless. When it's like it ain't nothing you can say. That's what people call undeniable. It's
right.
nothing you can say. You just breathtaking. You just like what can you say?
Yeah, yeah. I know. I know. Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? It's about the perfection, in a sense, you know what I mean, with, you know, the quality as well as the message, as well as the packaging and the presentation.
Yes, sir. Absolutely, bro. So, like I said, man, that's so much. That's so very much needed. Because we don't have enough of us that really telling our stories and putting our narrative out there. So, you know what I mean. For you to be doing that is definitely much appreciated, brother. So just, man, listen.
New
So,
projects on the way. You did ask
yeah.
me. Drumma Boy and Friends, my album is on the way. First single was Still Can't Believe It, featuring Derez Deshawn. Go check that out.
Okay. Okay. Shout out to
By
Rez
me.
Deshawn.
Yep, that was produced by me and Scott Storch. That was a crazy moment.
Ooh. Okay.
The behind the scenes of that is on our YouTube channel, Drum Squad TV. So make sure
Okay.
y'all subscribe and follow my channel as well, Drum Squad TV. I also got my podcast on the first row, all episodes where y'all can go do some homework and catch up with your boy. Also we got the new single out, Wake Up, featuring Collision, Lil Got It. You know what I'm saying? Go download that. Go download my app, which is in the App Store and Google Play. And through the app, you can subscribe to me, where we're doing live sessions with a lot of exclusive different people. Some master classes are coming. I'm also gonna be auctioning off a beat on my birthday, so stay tuned. I'm gonna put it on there for the low, man. I don't know
Yeah.
where it's go, man, but you better get it before it get too high.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But you'll be able to do that exclusively through the app. So download Drumma Boy official app in the App Store, Google Play. And last but not least, Dexter Daps. I produced and been doing a few reggae tunes.
Okay.
Shout out to my Jamaican family, Dexter Daps. I did a song called Wi-Fi for him, and I also did a record called Scripture featuring DeVito.
Man. So y'all heard it right there, family. My brother's working. My brother got the app. My brother got new music on the way. You understand? We got movies in production. We got podcasts. We got so much exclusive content that's coming.
Oh.
And
And
go ahead.
in Atlanta, stop through the store at House of Fresh ATL, man. You know what I'm saying? We got the new J's, we got the Yeezys. I mean, we got everything, man. Stop through at House of Fresh ATL.
Man, y'all heard it there. Y'all heard it there, family, man. I'm in the building exclusively with my brother Drumma Boy Fresh, family. My boy Drumma Boy Fresh in the building, family. He came, he gave us a little bit of his time out of his busy schedule to come and sit down and chop it up with us, man, and talk about some of the most legendary records that ever hit the club. A lot of the business moves that he's been making, a lot of his mindset in being able to create these iconic beats, these songs, being able to network, build his different business. So for any upcoming producers who may be watching this and can need some game about being able to get themselves hot in their city and eventually being able to make their own moves, brother, what would you tell them?
Brand yourself, you know what I mean, and just establish yourself with people who you actually look up to and respect. You know what I mean? Don't just be around you. If you the smartest one in the room, you in the wrong room. You know what I mean? So, you know, attend some networking or some conventions and different events, and just be the fly on the wall. You know what I mean? Clubhouse is another thing where you could be a fly on the wall and just listen to the way people talk. You know what I mean? And I think the good thing about clubhouses, it teaches people to learn how to listen. You know what I mean? It's like it's so many different conversations that you can, you know, or topics that you can cover, but
Right.
you don't know what you're talking about. You could just listen and see what's going on and kind of get in tune with certain fields of what matters to you. Or it's like, okay, this makes sense for me. If you're a producer, let me focus on production conversations. You know what I mean? Let me see what Metro and Mike Will and Drumma Boy, you know what I mean? As well as going back and seeing what Quincy was doing.
Right. Come on now.
Damn, and Perry Lewis.
Yeah. Babyface.
What was Babyface and Dallas Austin, and you know what I mean? You got to go through the history.
You got to go through the history. Yeah.
If you're a basketball player, same thing. Doctor, you're gonna go through the history of medicine. You're gonna go through the history. Understanding that part of it, to me, allows you to at least be respected by the peers in your field. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody gonna respect you. You don't even know who such and such is. Like, I can't even have a conversation with you. You know, I'm talking to a young dude the other day. He ain't even know who Biggie. I ain't never heard his music. What? Tupac. I ain't never even, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I can't.
Oh man.
But you a rapper though.
Yeah, it ain't no way. Ain't no way.
It ain't no like
way.
Certain things that you just, you know, you have to familiarize with, you know what I mean, and learn how to pay homage.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. Absolutely, man. So again, bro, we appreciate you stopping by. How can they follow you on social media, brother?
At Drumma Boy Fresh, man, on everything. At Drumma Boy Fresh on everything.
Absolutely, absolutely, bro. So look, family, we appreciate you for tuning in. This is your brother King Cam. Thank you again for stopping by the Campaign TV show. Hey, you can catch us each and every Tuesday here with exclusive interviews and just exclusive, exceptional podcast episodes to tap in with the community. Man, we're pushing the culture forward, family. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. If you're on YouTube, hit that bell so you can stay notified every time we drop a video. Facebook family, you know where to find us. And you can find your brother at Brother King Cam on all social media platforms. And if you would like to donate to the show, it's scrolling across the bottom, family. If you would like to donate to the show, again, hit the Cash App at $, Campaign TV show, or send us a PayPal. Send us a PayPal at paypal.com//Brother King Cam. So either way you want to do it, family, we certainly appreciate you. And shout out to Sister Love that's in the building. She been in here watching the show the whole time, man. A lot of different people. I had to scroll up through these comments, but we had a lot of people that was tapping in. We had Memphis in the building. You know what I mean? Sister Peace was in the building. We certainly appreciate you, brother Nathan Fields. You know what I mean, brother Calvin. You know, the list goes on, man. We had so many people come through. Sister, I think that sister or brother Taylor, I don't know, but they was from Memphis, Tennessee, family. So shout out to the home team that popped in just to check us out. So yeah, family, we appreciate you, and man, we'll see you next week. Drumma, I'ma holler at you when we get off of here, brother. Don't jump off. Appreciate you, family. Peace.
Any leadership that teaches you to depend upon another race is a leadership that will enslave you. Any leadership that teaches you to depend upon another race is a leadership that will enslave you. They gave leadership to our foreparents, and that leadership made them slaves. But we have decided to find a leadership of our own.
Not your average nigga, I'm a god out the hood. They can't downplay me. I came up, I'm elevated. I ain't gotta say too much for them to know I'm coming for what's mine. You know they see me in my presence, say they see how I'm coming. Young, but you not just gonna finesse me like you did my peoples. Then back when you said they was emancipated. This ain't that. Your head too big, you feeling yourself. The game wasn't fair, you had the advantage, we wasn't educated. I don't look at you people the same. Nah. Your worst nightmare, my skin tone about them chains. Yeah. Not no circus lion, son, I can't be tamed. You gon' have to kill me, pussy, Toby ain't my name. Y'all still wanna think our history started when we were slaves? What? Come on now.